Yo, Eric, we're over here on the paranormal hunt, and I headed over to this other building, and it's number 13. Is this someone on? My God.
Man, it's a Friday. We made it through another week.
Happy Friday.
You know, last night, I when I got back last night, I went out last night, anniversary kind of stuff. And I put on Amazon. God, what the hell did I watched last night? There was some kind of a documentary. And the Conjuring house, in the movie The Conjuring, there's the very first movie, The Conjuring house, and this one, the house was for sale, and these paranormal investigators bought the house. First of all, it must be nice to know you have that much money just to buy a house because it was haunted. That must be nice. It must be nice. God, I can't remember what it was called. It was on Amazon. So I watched it, and the idea is they got groups of paranormal people, and they all go into this house, and they all sleep there, and I was watching it.
Wait a minute. Was that the one that Matt Benton did?
Who's Matt Benton?
God, what the name of their channel? They were on my show, Paranormal something. They just made the new Conjuring House movie that's on Amazon. It's a documentary. Is it a documentary you watched?
It's a documentary. I'm actually looking at my continue watching. It's called Sleepless Unrest.
Let me see.
Sleepless Unrest.
I'm not sure because
it's called Sleepless Unrest.
Let me find
it. Came out last year. It's directed by Vera Welpton. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is sometimes I wonder what is truly okay. We knew that the house has a history. Ed, Lorraine, and Warren, they were all there. We know that,
right,
and all that. But it seems like everything they were doing in this house works. Every device works. Everything works. Everybody's feeling everything. And sometimes I'm asking myself, are they really? I mean, I'm not accusing. I'm not accusing of falsifying anything. But I'm thinking, they did buy a house, the Conjuring house. It probably cost a pretty dollar because, I mean, it's a known house, that the original Conjuring house. I'm sure they paid a penny dollar. And, they want to make money off the documentary to offset the cost of, buying this house.
Of course.
But I wonder how far would somebody go? Now, one of the things I noticed that all movies, shows, even our cartoon has that music to spice things up. That's normal. But will people, when you get a big documentary, you got the money, you got to be on a streaming service, how far would they go to stretch something where it wasn't really that dramatic when they were there?
They would go very far. They want to make money.
And like I said, I was got home. I was working a little bit for today, and sometimes I'll play stuff in the background, and I saw it, and like, oh, they bought the Conjuring house. I mean, even
it's called the Harrisville Haunting documentary.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that one. Yeah, Sleepless Unrest, because even Ghost Adventures guy Zach bought a house in Detroit called the Demon House.
Right.
And I still sit there and think, my God, wouldn't it be nice to have enough money to say, I want to buy that very known haunted house? But let me ask you this, in a way, Anthony, is that kind of, I mean, I guess if you got the money, you got the money. Is that cheating? I mean, You're buying a known house that's haunted to do this, and now because now since it has a name, it has Conjuring House. Whatever you put in it, people are going to believe it easier because that's a known house that was from a Conjuring House. Like,
and that's why they do it, Eric. They got the money. They do it because it's just it'd be endless funds for them to come in because they bought the name, the rights to it. You know what I'm saying? So
it is crazy. It is crazy. Now, I titled the show today on purpose. It's called "Can We Know Anything with Absolute Certainty?" Can we? Now, guys, people in the chat, we know the easiest answer is yes, if you've seen it yourself. If you see it yourself, then you know it's absolutely 100% true. But when you look at other people's footage, what is that absolute thing for you to say that's the real deal? And I like what this paragraph says. It says, as human beings, we have limited perception and intellect. We don't have access to all facts in the universe. As a result, it is impossible for us to know anything with absolute certainty. This is true even of ordinary events that seem obvious. For example, we can know with absolute certainty that the sun will rise tomorrow. That is, no one can prove that it will happen. If you eat cereal for breakfast, there is no way that you can be absolutely certain that any box of cereal you open is not poison.
That's true.
I never really thought about that, and that's kind of
till right now.
that's kind of true. You don't know who handled that food at every night in the process or what their intentions were. You trust that the sun will rise because you never seen it not rise. You trust that the cereal isn't just poison because you never been poisoned by cereal. There are facts of faith. That's kind of a I'm sorry, there's Ron. And that's kind of a true statement in a way. When you eat a box of cereal.
Did what you're talking about not tell you I was here for 45 minutes sitting here?
Well, I was reading.
You were not there. I didn't see
it.
Pain in the butt.
I was reading a paragraph, Ron.
Thanks for screwing up my Raisin Bran in the morning.
I know, right? I just thought about the same thing. Now my cereal's poisoned. Great.
Yeah.
So you don't know. So if I go back, talk about that movie I watched, yeah, it is the Conjuring House. Yeah, there's been reports of haunting, but it doesn't mean that this new group is experiencing everything like the previous people did. You know, it just doesn't. And I think it's all right for people to want to ask questions. Ask the questions for the people who are putting out the content. Like here, I asked Anthony to give me this again. I know a lot of you seen the handprint, but let's break it down again. Like guys in the chat, when you're seeing this for the first time, pretend you're seeing this for the first time.
Is anybody over here with me? If you're over here, I don't mean you no harm. Can you give me a sign of your presence? Can you make yourself known? Mean you absolutely no harm. If you're over here, maybe give me a sign of your presence. Let me know where you are, who you are.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, nice. Hey, Ron, look at this.
Okay. Now, we know one thing. It's absolute certainly for Ron and Anthony because they were there. Now, all you guys in the chat, we weren't there. So this is where it is proper to try to ask the questions, trying to make it feel like for us, for myself looking at saying, dude, that's the real deal. And I think everybody in the chat, put in the chat, everybody, what questions would you ask them? I think the first question I would ask them is, where was this? Where is this at?
This was a historic Richmond town in Staten Island.
So right there, guys, right there. He told you the area. Right there. You could Google the place yourself. You could already research. And then I would ask, is this open to the public day and night? You know, how does the public? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to determine interference, like interference of somebody else doing it, and this is at night, right?
Public to a point. It closes, I think, at 8 o'clock at night, and then the whole property's blocked off because they're historic. It's all historic preservation.
You're doing like a process of elimination.
Yes,
then.
Exactly. So now Anthony said, okay, at nighttime it's not open to the public. Then
it closes like 8 o'clock. Yeah,
it closes at 8 o'clock, and that's something you guys could check yourself through. I'm sure there's websites on this place. So, and then I would ask, okay, so if it's 8 o'clock, how are you guys there? I would ask that, like, did you guys sneak in there? Did you guys get permission to go on there?
Yeah. I have a press pass. I acquired a press pass, so I had called, made an appointment. Went there. When we got there, I showed the curator my press ID, told her, we're here, we have an appointment. And then we had free range of the whole outside of the place.
And guys, what does that mean? That means that eliminates the public altogether. All the public interference is gone. Then I guess I would ask them, they got permission to go on there. Is there like a security guy that's walking around checking the place? I'm trying to avoid all interference.
The NYPD police department, the streets are blocked off around the surrounding area, and the NYPD, they check that property. They don't walk it. They just park a car outside the property where the road is blocked off.
They kind of do the light thing if they have to or whatever.
Yeah, spotlight check.
Good to know.
They just sit there all night in the car.
See, that's good to know. So anybody, people who will be watching it from a car. They're not going to be inside on the grass itself and touching the walls. So that eliminates that. The only thing I would ask, I guess, for the last part about a person would be the person who lets you in. Does he walk around himself just to double check on you guys, or does he stay in the office?
She's a very old lady. I don't know if she was in her late 60s or early 70s, but she stood in the Capitol building, which is across the block from where we were. We were like out in the woods, the wooded area. I don't know. I guess she was like a block away from us inside the Capitol building office if we needed her.
Oh, you mean that senior lady, like the management or something?
Yep.
Oh, no, where we went, I would say she was probably at least a football field distance because we kept walking. Then we turned and we found that spot. So she was a nice distance.
Yeah.
So right there, guys, just right there, we eliminated everybody. Then I would ask Anthony, okay, now you called out for Ron. Where was Ron when you saw this? Just to make sure that Ron didn't accidentally put his hand.
Yeah, Ron was like, I don't know, 40, 50 feet behind me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
At minimum.
Maybe 60 feet behind me at minimum.
Yeah, we were separated. Like when we got in the place, I walked out and started filming right there, and Anthony walked all the way down, and so we separated. So
he picked the spot.
50, 60 feet at least.
Easy. He picked the spot to film. I picked the spot to film. So if Ron was here, he was on the opposite. So in between us was a barn, right? So Ron was on the opposite side of the barn, and I was on the front side of the barn. And then on the opposite side of that barn was the back side of this house, this old historic home.
And what's awesome is just within 5-7 minutes of watching this, we eliminated all of that thought, can it be interference by people? Where was the main lady? You guys were the only people on that property, and Ron was behind you. And then of course, the next step, unless you guys think there should be another step, maybe I skipped. Of course, you look at the video itself. And one of the things I would notice,
you can see right here if we play it again. I'm nowhere near this home. See, I walked back to it.
What I was about to say is when you look at the video, the hand is very bright. So what I mean is right off the bat, it's fresh. So if Ron was behind you, I wouldn't think Ron would have a chance to be in front of you, to run it in the back, to keep it that bright. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the heat, because the heat does, in your video, does start to, fade away, which it's supposed to.
Ron touches it too. It takes a minute to fade away.
you have to hear what I say when he calls me over. The first thing that comes out of my mouth.
That's what we're gonna listen to. That's about,
Not only that,
Ron. I'm about to say that.
In the very beginning, there's a whole chain of events that lead up to this part. See, like as soon as the video plays, a few, like a couple seconds into it, a ghost and something laughs at me when I'm asking questions. There's a laughter when I ask the questions doing the EVP. It laughs at me when I ask the questions.
See, that's what's awesome. We already eliminated people. And now you go back, and then the only thing you have left is really to listen on how they speak and how they're talking to each other, because you could tell listen, we know acting experts, but you could tell when somebody is talking real or talking like from a script. And I'll play part of this in the beginning. Like I said, you could tell this is nothing from any script. Here we go.
Listen for the laugh.
Is anybody over here with me? If you're over here, I don't mean you no harm. Can you give me a sign of your presence?
I want you to take note that there's no handprint on that wall as soon as the camera turns, because I'm away from the wall. I'm like a good 25 feet away from it. There's no handprint on it.
Go back to that wall again.
Yeah, we're going to just start it again. As soon as I turn the camera, you're going to see the wall.
You hear that, guys? Look at it.
There's no handprint on it. There's no handprint on it.
And Ron is behind him.
Right now. There's no handprint on that wall.
Is anybody over here with me?
That wall to the right there. There's no handprint on it.
If you're over here, I don't mean you no harm. Can you give me a sign of your presence? Can you make yourself known?
Heard the laugh?
You absolutely no harm.
And Ron isn't behind him.
You're over
Ron's
here,
60,
maybe give me a
70
sign of
feet
your
away.
presence. Let me know where
turn
you
around.
are, who you are.
And there's the handprint.
Now, I'm going to ask this. I forgot if you mentioned this. Did you know you heard a giggle, or was it after you listened to the video?
No, after the fact. I didn't hear it.
Well,
we heard
you
it.
didn't know that something's like because right now guys, this is spiritual. This is there's no doubt in my mind. This is a ghost. But what I'm looking at now is this is an intelligent ghost, because he was asking to do something for him. And he heard the giggle.
Right.
Then he saw the hand. It wasn't an hour later. It wasn't 30 minutes later. It was like within a minute or two.
Yeah.
Watch. Let's go back a little bit.
If you're over here, maybe give me a sign of your presence. Let me know where you are, who you are.
That was just less than a minute when you heard the laugh. And look at that.
Oh, nice. Hey, Ron, look at that.
What I like about that hand, I mean, it is exactly where your heat be, right here, a little bit here, because there's more blood in the tips, and there's more blood here. I know, guys. I have my part of my injury in the military has dealt with my hand, so I know about hand issues. But most of your heat is right here and the tips.
Here's another little thing, because you always have people, and I expect them. They'll always be out there. Oh, one of you must have did it, right? Or Anthony probably did it. One thing I noticed, because you'll see what I ask him as soon as he gets me over there, is that when Anthony one time was demonstrating on the stream the FLIR, you could see his circulation so bad in his fingertips.
I'll show you now.
Like they're blue, dark, the tops. So I would know that's not him doing that.
That's an acceptable reaction for some people, I think.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong.
Here.
Well, wait till you hear what I said. Watch.
And Ron, you're exactly right. And that's why you watch the video and you listen to where they're at. And then the best thing you guys did, we'll show it in this video, is when you did yours and how that looks compared to what you saw there. Because if you put your hand against the wall, people, it's you can't it's hard to try to duplicate the exact shape. So because everybody's hand is different, the sizes are different, and people's heat in the hands are actually different. So that was smart thinking on their end to have him. Even though if some of you are watching this for the first time, you'll see what we're talking about. Here we go.
This Check this out, bro.
That light is not there anymore.
Check this out.
And listen to, you could tell Ron's in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to that, guys, that's why it's so important. Once you believe that it's real, once you say, this is the real deal, then
I
you
was
listen
dealing
to
with
their
a pair of
voices.
eyes looking at me the whole time.
Idiot.
Up there.
There we go.
Hurry up, look on my FLIR. On the wall. What does that look like to you?
What is that?
What does that look like to you on the wall?
No, I didn't ask you guys. When you remove your camera, was there anything odd or just looks like a wall? You had to have that camera to notice anything.
I want to show you something, Eric, real quick.
You got it.
You see my hand?
Yep.
See my fingertips, how cold they are?
Yep.
That shows you guys bad circulation.
Yeah. And that's exactly
Same clear camera I used.
And that's exactly my point. Everybody's hands are different. Everybody's hands. I have I don't know if you guys ever heard this before. I don't know if you guys ever heard this. I have a condition called Raynaud's. I don't know if you guys ever heard that before. It's a condition that got developed in an accident in the military where for my hands, the blood rushes out of my hands.
Yeah, I have none of my hands and my feet. They're always ice cold.
And so it kind of tells you that everybody's hands are different. But if that was Ron's hand, if he put his hand on there, it should look more might not exactly, but when Ron does put his hand on there, it doesn't look nothing like that.
He does put his hand next to it to try to.
He does. What I'm saying is if that was Ron doing that, when he put his hand next to it, it would be almost the same.
Oh yeah,
how the circulation is. It's almost like a fingerprint where everybody has different fingerprints. Everybody has different heat.
Oh, you mean the way the heat intensity shows?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's and you guys can look that up too. Look it up. So let's continue.
Is that a handprint? That's what that looks like, right?
Did you just do that?
Now, how?
I love that. I love that because the first thing in Ron's mind is, did you do that?
Dude,
And you guys already know when Anthony seen it, he wasn't on that wall. He wasn't near that wall. I love that reaction from Ron because it's telling me like
it's an honest reaction.
It's an honest reaction.
He gets mad. Wow, you could hear it in his voice.
And here's what does Scott say here? I have arthritis so bad in my hands are asleep most days. It hurts bad. It's not a lot of people do have arthritis. So your temperature is different. That's what I'm saying.
It's a terrible feeling. I know that.
It is a terrible feeling.
And everything. Yep.
Yeah. So
That's what I do that holding the camera, standing back here.
I thought you put your hand and left the heat imprint
No,
there.
look how long
a
that's
handprint.
staying there.
Let me see something here.
Now he's asking me this, and I have a camera in each hand.
I
I'm
swear
like, how
to
the
God,
hell
dude.
am I doing this?
Look how long that's there.
And-
It's cold
and the
outside.
reason-
You can't leave a heat print on wood
No, I
at cold
agree with you.
temperature.
I'm just like I thought
It's
you were.
51 degrees
Dude, I
outside.
thought you were testing it. That's why I asked
No,
you.
I didn't. I'm fucking.
Look at this.
I just
people.
turned the.
guys, there's nothing better in life to hear two New Yorkers have conversations. I mean, it's like listen to British people, and I mean, there's something a little extra special with New Yorkers. And it's awesome. I love it.
Well,
I
you know
guys
what
don't mean
it
it.
But what I was trying to get through to him is that, like, I figure if I'm gonna use FLIR and we're gonna try to capture stuff, I thought maybe he did that to test to see if the camera was working, like that. That's why I asked him, "Did you do that?" Like I thought he took it wrong. He got mad.
He's so caught up because then you hear me. I turn around to him. I say, "How the f am I going to do this with a camera in each
And he
hand?"
was
I'm
like
saying,
this.
I got a camera in each hand filming.
This is where I want some interaction with people in the chat. Now, people in the chat, the questions that I asked, the answer so far, we're going to watch more of this video. So far, what you've heard, what you've seen, and there's no disrespect to anybody, put one that you feel for yourself that this could be the real deal. I can never say 100% because you have to be there in person to see it. But do you feel there's a real deal? Put 2 is it's not real. It's a phenomenon. 3 is you need more proof. So 1, 2, or 3. So people in the chat.
And
put
be
1, 2, or
honest,
3.
because you're not offending me or Ron.
Yes.
No,
Be
no.
honest,
And guys,
please.
the questions that we're asking,
We know what happened.
is
We were
stuff
there.
that might. There might be things you guys say in the chat that might help them on another research. Like, oh, people were asking about this. How can we prove this for them?
Right.
So this all helps. So the unknown wrote 1. Dina wrote 1. Hobbs wrote 1. David wrote 1. My Flock 1. Scott's 1. Ida 1. So that's good. That's good. Now this gets pretty good about the
Around.
Look at Anthony's phone. That's a handprint.
Look how long that's staying there, bro.
No, that hasn't even dulled yet. Okay, wait a minute.
Do a EVP over here.
Yeah.
So that's a 100% handprint right there, man.
Start a new one. Hold on.
Let me get my psionics on that.
this
Maybe I
is
can see
funny.
something with that too.
All right, I'm gonna start a new one. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this just to say this. We all have seen footages of videos of maybe a ghost, a gray, or something, a shadow walking across. The thing about one of this footage, and I think this footage, my opinion, should be on a Discovery Plus or something, because there's no light and day. That's not a handprint. That is a handprint. Now, if you want a question saying that's somebody else's handprint, that's a whole nother story. What I'm saying is what they're seeing there is a handprint.
Without a doubt.
You have to listen, because what's hilarious, I say I'm going to start an EVP session. So now I start asking questions. He starts answering my questions. And I have to say, you're masking the ghost. I'm like,
Because I'm so, I was so messed up that this is all happening. I couldn't even concentrate after this happened.
That's why it's
shock.
important to listen to the people filming, because it tells you a lot.
So that's the wall in question right here.
it's 2212.
I'm just looking around the
50
property.
seconds is when we're starting the recording on this wall right here.
That handprint's still there.
My friend Anthony has his camera on the wall. Whose handprint is that right there?
Look at that, Ron. It's still there.
Is this the same video footage that Anthony puts his hand on it next to it too?
A little shocking.
Ron, yeah. Yeah, I
Whose
think it's all on the
handprint
same
is on
clip.
the wall?
I think it's all on the same clip, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect.
I think.
Can you make another handprint?
Good question.
My name is Ron, and this is Anthony. We're not here to disrespect you, hurt you, or anything.
There's something coming right
Not Ron, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it too nice. If it was Zach from Ghost Adventures, he'd be like, "You put a handprint on that wall. Put a handprint on me. Touch
Yeah,
my
I don't believe in doing that, stirring up activity and being rude.
And
hate
I
that.
agree. I agree. What is stirring it up going to really do?
You know why I would? There was no bad feeling there at all.
None.
If it was a strange feeling, especially you'll hear that on one part with Anthony and I with the chicken skin stuff and all that, but anything of feeling there was something bad there, no reason to yell or something like that.
No,
Right.
no, I agree. I was just playing around because
No, I got you.
when you watch Ghost Adventures, Zach always goes in like Mr. Badass, like you touch a woman, you touch me.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Sometimes I wonder, that's a little extra acting.
Doing that for TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a little too much sometimes.
But I tell you what, yeah, he did it for TV. It's very entertaining. What you guys are doing here, to me, is just as entertaining if somebody's yelling, because you got something good. That's just my opinion.
Look right next to it to this side.
Good, I'm looking at it.
Look, here's the handprint. Look right next to it on the other side.
Looks
Right
like
here.
the side of a hand on the other
Look right
side.
here.
I'm looking there.
Right here. There's something forming right there as we speak.
What is your name?
This is kind of important. I like what Hobbs says here. Hero, I have to say that I saw this on a channel that I didn't know. I would say 3. You need more evidence. I trust you guys. And Hobbs, that's important, because whoever you're watching, it's very important to know who they are. Don't automatically pick a channel or a group to be your gatekeeper, to be everything they
Never do
say
that.
is real. Really
Never do
watch them and understand them and watch previous shows to know them, because you could get a pretty good feeling of hoaxers, frauds out there. I'm not naming anybody frauds out there, but I'm saying is I like what Hobbs just say there, because if you didn't know a channel, putting a 3 is no disrespect. You don't know them. It's you got to put your time in too. If you're going to pick Anthony as your UFO guy, say you're going to pick him as your UFO footage guy, then you want to know him. You want to listen to him. You want to get that feeling that he's just not some guy's out to listen. We all want to get views. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to have a lot of views, a lot of people, and make this a living. I ain't going to lie to you, but I'm not gonna dishonor myself and make up shit just for that. I won't do that. And if you guys watch Anthony, you know he will not do that either.
Yeah,
so that is very, very, very important. I know we all sometimes in life you think about taking shortcuts, and it sucks because you sit there. How does that channel just came out 2 months ago and these UFOs and none of it's better than mine? You know,
your time will come when it comes.
It'll come. It will come. So
It'll
know your channel, guys. I'm just saying, know your channel that you're watching.
We just got really lucky, I guess. I mean,
man, I can't believe that's still there.
And I love what Ron said there. I'm pausing on purpose because I like to have fun with this. Ron says, "Is we got lucky," and he's right. He's at the right time, right place, where the ghost heard something and did something. Sometimes luck is being there at the right time and right place. Because what if they were there at the same spot an hour later, and Anthony says,
yeah, because it was even said, like some person on another channel was saying, oh, because you created a channel. The main thing is, excuse me, Anthony and I, we were talking about this for months as to do it for fun. What we did with the streaming that night was we were saying, like, because we want to include the audience. They follow everywhere and they're part of everything. Why don't we include them? But it was for fun. I suggested afterwards the channel, because when we start posting stuff, mixing it with the UFO. So like we had got like a kind of accused, like in a weasel kind of a way that, oh, you made a channel. That's why you got ghosts on film. Like they were trying to say that. And I'm like,
no, this incident might energize you to do it faster. Like, oh my God, it might like energize.
No, we had no intention. He's trying to say we had no intention to start another channel.
And
we were just doing this for fun.
This is why I love people in the chat. Purgatory was telling David, thank you for stopping by my channel last night. And I love seeing people in the chat interact with other channels and stuff, because Purgatory Paranormal New York, I love her stuff too. She does a lot of box sessions on her channel and all that.
Oh, Purgatory New York, another New York.
What part of New York? Purgatory.
She's fantastic. I love the one where she's at the Woodstock Cemetery. I love that one. I love all her stuff. But I love how people support each other, and that's just wonderful.
That's what's up.
It went down.
Oh, sorry, we crossed
49 degrees
message
and dropping
on north of New York.
48 degrees. That's fucking nuts, man.
And I could feel you, Anthony. I know you did not want to move anywhere else. You want to concentrate on that area, because that's
Wrong.
just.
I want to say one thing in a minute that I just
probably died. I got a cold spot now.
I think so too, Anthony.
Let me ask you guys this, because you said something that I hear a lot of paranormal investigators, and I want Purgatory New York to put in on this too. A lot of people have said they feel the cold spot. Now you are in New York. It is cold there at night. When you say, I want to know what are you talking about? When you say you feel a cold spot, what's the difference of the cold spot you're feeling versus?
Oh no! When they say,
tell you something. Right now, gonna debunk something live right now.
You know exactly what I'm talking about?
You heard it too, right?
I heard it too on this clip.
Heard it too.
The whisper?
The whisper. I had caught an EVP and we were all listening saying, I can't believe this is happening. Or something to that effect. And now listening to this, I just heard Anthony whisper that.
Me.
So my EVP picked that up on him.
Yeah, that's I can't believe that was me saying that on this clip.
I
But
never
that's
heard
why
that from you before.
That's why you go over your footage over and over. But Anthony, when you say you felt a cold spot, what do you mean? What was the cold spot you felt? Now hold on. Before the Purgatory New York wrote, a cold spot that comes on suddenly in an area that was not previously cold, and the spot is usually very cold. Is that what you felt?
Absolutely.
Because I've been on paranormal stuff, and I actually, I'll be honest, have not experienced feeling like, oh my God, this is a cold spot.
You got to understand something, Eric.
I have not.
This was a chain of events that happened. So I'm asking questions in the beginning. Whatever it was laughed at me. I turn around. I'm looking back. I'm filming the building, the home, the historic home. The handprint is there. And a while after that, this is the same place where the laughter was on the EVP.
We got a question for you.
Is where I catch the apparition in the window.
Thank you, Ida. That's perfect. You guys got a question? Write the word question, all caps. Makes it easier for me to catch. Ida wrote, Anthony,
did you feel the
energy prior to
entering this area and
good
feeling
question.
the cold spot? I started feeling the cold spot, and Ron did too. It was like as this chain of events were happening. So the EVP happened where the ghost laughed at me after asking questions, then the handprint. Then a few minutes after that, the temperature really started changing right on me. Like I felt as if it was standing inside me almost on my right side.
And I felt it too. And I didn't want to say anything because I thought maybe it was just me. I felt like the hairs on my neck standing a little. I didn't want to say anything. Then you'll hear the conversation because
I got the other video.
I said chicken skin. I don't know where that came from, but
can I say thank you, Cassie? Eric goes deep into the rabbit hole. I'm not going deep. But to me, it's interesting about the person while they're experiencing this. What are they feeling? What are they going through? Because this is what helped me to determine to me that I think we're seeing the real deal. Because I want to know what they feel. Because what if I'm in that same position? Oh my God, I know what Anthony's feeling. You know what I mean? When you start hearing this stuff, it's like training yourself to be a better investigator when I go out. So this is so interesting to me because I want to experience this, but I want to know exactly what Anthony feels. So if it takes going deep into the rabbit hole, so be it. Let's go.
That's wild. That print is still there.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Let me do something. Tell me if I'm to the right of it. I want to put my hand on the wall.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's smart.
Tell me where I should go.
Let's
right
look
or
at
left?
his handprint, guys.
You want to be on it?
No, to the right of it. I want to.
Right there is good.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm holding it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take my hand.
So another
right
thing
now.
to notice right now, Ron had his hand
There's
up,
a handprint there.
right? Ron would have had to been on his tippy toes to put his hand where that other handprint is right now. So Ron's hand was up like that when he placed it on the wall. He would have had his hand all the way extended above his head like this to make it reach that handprint that's there.
And when you got to stretch that far, that probably means you're stretching
hand opens up
a little bit. It's going to look different because this is his hand right here. And I'm going to go back to this spot. This is at 4 minutes, 33 seconds. And let's look at that first hand. Let me try to find a clearer spot. Okay, that's that hand. And okay, now if I look at that hand,
Take a screenshot.
that is a perfect hand, perfect shape. But for Ron to try to do that, he's not going to get that perfect of a hand if he stretches out because you're stretching. You're stretching, and you probably when you're stretching. A lot of times when you stretch your body, you're helping the blood flow to go into your body. That's why you stretch. That's why you're trying to wake up because you're stretching. You're making the blood flow. And if you go back to 4 minutes and 33 seconds here, hold on. He's already got a nice decent blood flow at his hand at that point. You can see his one finger more, but you can see how it looks different than the other hand. And the other hand looks better as a handprint higher up. So, Anthony, that is so interesting. I'm glad you
made a hole in my hand. What the hell?
Yeah, he would have had a stretch.
Oh, yeah. Well, we went over that once before. That's why.
Big one.
Oh, that's a heated print, though.
That's not the same.
No.
That's super hot.
Because I also have
I
circulation
wonder how long
issues.
that'll stay.
You guys hear that? And Ron has circulating issues, so it's never.
But that still is different. Yours had the blue and everything.
Yeah,
like,
it was totally different color. Yours is already fading out.
exactly. And again, I'm not saying you did that, but if you did, yours would have been bright as mine, just like that.
Yours is fading out already.
Yeah.
Look, your fingers are gone already.
just say
That
dully
thing
now.
is still up there almost.
And
Yeah, I
and
know. I
that's-
lose words too.
And guys, that's interesting because ghosts needs energy to kind of like show themselves or something to create that much heat on a wall. I mean, how much energy does that ghost need to press something? Because you think ghosts, like Anthony was saying, he felt cold on that part and all that. For a ghost to give up that much heat, it has to
Eric,
take that much energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Probably the same amount of energy to see a full body apparition, I would assume. It would take.
I'm wondering if it needs more because you're leaving a heat print on a wall. I mean, how much? It makes you think.
I don't have the answer to that. That's a great question, but
It just-
definitely a lot.
That's what I mean. It has to be a lot because if you notice, Ron's hands is already kind of going down faster. If you watched previous, it seemed like the other hand took a little longer, and this hand's already fading faster.
See something
You
here?
could still make it out on
Okay,
here.
Let me see something, Anthony. Hold on.
There was a question right here. Somebody wrote, "Is there a light on the other side right there?"
A light where?
Wild Dreams with Jimbo. First of all, I gotta say, I love your title, Wild Dreams with Jimbo. But when you say there's a light right there, what do you mean? Like, are you talking about a reflection of a light post, or you guys need to revisit that location? Oh, I'm sure you guys are planning to.
We will.
I think that would be a spot to go with Long Island Bigfoot. Get that third person.
Well,
there.
Mike knows he's always welcome.
You know what I
Anytime he
mean?
wants to
To
come.
have that third person, or when I go there,
I'm just gonna say that when you come down, Eric.
I want to go there. Like you said, maybe get a third person there to spice it up. But
Jim, I still don't know what you're talking about. Heat point under? I'm sorry, but
When you say that, Jim, when you're looking at the screen, are you saying like look to the left of the 5 or the right of the 5, like on the thing, like so we know? Or you mean directly under where I put my hand? That yellow? You mean? If that's what you mean, that's.
I don't know what he's talking about.
there is
I
that
think
yellow.
what he's talking about is right underneath my handprint. See the yellow?
It's
Yeah,
like
that's not a
window.
light.
That's heat.
heat.
But is that a window?
No, it's a concrete wall.
That part. That's weird that a concrete wall has.
No, the sunlight bouncing on it all.
You'll see it. It's spotty all around. It's weird like that. I don't know what the heck that is.
And Wild Dream did write yes.
Yeah, that's because the sunlight shining on the house all day. The concrete will absorb the warmth.
Hey, that's a good question. That is a good question.
Look at
And
that.
also,
Your print is
so
almost gone.
for going forward,
It's faint. And
can you put your
He wrote, "I saw something on the floors."
what I want to just say real quick to answer before it's asked is when you look in the windows and you see that kind of light too, what that comes from out in the street. They have these lanterns, like street lanterns, but they're like dim. But that FLIR picks that there's no power, there's nothing lit up in that house. That's coming from the outside light. So that's what if you see light in the apartment, that's what it is.
or whatever sunlight warmth is trapped to, it'll show heat.
Yeah, that takes a while. It does hold it in. So handprint over my handprint.
oh, that would be dope. Try and give us a sign of your presence. Ron just put his hand on there.
What was that?
It's a kid.
Oh, okay.
Look at you.
Now, that kid, is that like the outside of the
That's outside of the property.
That's outside the property. Okay. So if they wanted to sneak onto the property, could they, or they got to go through a fence?
They would have to go through a barricade where the cops are.
Okay, so there's something that they just couldn't walk over to where you guys are at.
No.
Just wanted to, because I'm sure somebody's thinking that. Well, look, there's some people right there.
That's the other side
As soon
of
as
the
we
block.
walked in, we had to like that, and he had to tell them like we have whatever. And as we're walking up, I don't even know where she came from. The woman Anthony was telling you about, she came out. It's like they had a camera.
What's kind of cool is by having that too on your video, it shows what people look like on your camera.
Oh, fully lit up, bright as hell.
Lit up.
I would tell you that right there. They're probably about 150 feet away.
Or more.
Maybe like that, maybe a little more, probably, because like the feet aren't that much. So when you think it, probably 150 to 200 feet at least, like that.
And that's my thing. That's a human doing that much lighting on your camera. A ghost doing a handprint? That's god damn. That's got to be
like look at the sidewalk. See how it's retaining the heat? How that's just like that.
Glowing, the trees are glowing.
Look at your handprints, like 90% gone.
And it's red.
And the one above it is like you still see it.
And there's something next to it, too. A little thing.
That's where the last print was. And there's something right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just see that.
That's where I was saying before. It looks like something else is forming.
And what's easy about that video, guys, is it's easy to get information for yourselves. I mean, if you guys want to investigate it sooner, he give you the name of the place, the area. You can check the times yourself.
Not the next video, but the one next to it with the windows.
I don't know about you, but I feel very uneasy right here.
I just felt something right here on my right side.
I feel very uneasy right now, dude.
Dude, do you got
time? This
Now,
is
when
just
you-
another camera recorder because we have 4 cameras going. So this is the same time as the handprint on the wall. This is another camera filming the wall in night vision, showing you don't see the handprint there.
But why are you feeling like when you say you're feeling something? What are you feeling at that moment?
Well, what happened after I felt cold? We both felt cold, like a cold spot. And after that, we catch the ghost on the flare in the window.
Okay, and like, hey guys, I'm interested in every single detail. When somebody says they're feeling something, I'm always wondering, what are they feeling? Because anytime you watch Taps or Ghost Adventures, whatever show you watch, they always say, guys, I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling this. And sometimes I'm asking myself, are they really feeling that? Or because they're in a spooky place and mind over matter is causing themselves to feel it? I mean, I don't know. I have to ask like that question. That's why I'm interested in.
I felt the coldness like somewhat when that happened, when Anthony said that. But what I was feeling, it's hard to explain. It like when you ever have like you get goosebumps and like one line goes up your neck or something to the top of your head like that. I was feeling that on my upper back to my neck, and it felt. Now I'm not saying a ghost was touching me. It was feeling weird to me, and that was coming out of nowhere. I was there the whole time, but I didn't want to say anything because I was like, I'm going to sound like a dope. So I didn't say anything. But then he comes out and starts saying he feels uneasy.
The right side of my face
yeah.
froze. Just this one side of my body froze from my face down.
Hey guys, I'm just asking this just to ask. I'm not debunking anything. Now, since you guys saw that event with the hand, your mind is going. You think there might be any chance that now you're making yourself feel that way, or you really honestly feel that something's different?
No, because we both felt it. So how would we?
Both felt it.
Yeah.
So you guys both felt something exactly the same. That's
Yeah.
important to know. That's important to know. Because I hear this all the time on TV shows, God, do you guys feel that? It feels different. It's like everything's energy's out. And I'm always like, what do they mean by that?
We'll
You
play
know?
the clip so you can hear
And
it.
I'll make sure I say something next time because I don't want to hold something back again because he may hold something back. And then, so next time I'll
You
just
see the
say
difference
it.
between them and you guys. I can ask you guys. I can't ask the Ghost Adventure team Taft on what they're feeling. So I can ask you guys, and then
I
have my
My
whole
hair is
body is
standing up.
pins and needles right now, Ron.
as soon as you said that, the hairs on my neck just went up, and I just heard
My
something
whole body is tingling.
again. No, my dude, I have chicken skin right now.
I'm telling
you guys think they're touching you?
That's
like-
what
like-
it felt like.
Because you've seen like videos of orbs going through people's bodies and stuff, and there's people that saying I've even seen videos you guys have shown that somebody mentioned something right after they saw an orb leave the body.
Play. Then right after that is this next one here. This is what led up to that.
So
So
that
all these events led up to this. You understand?
so
The
that, all
you
those
see
feelings
the
was right before
the
that.
ghost in the window. You get it? There's a big chain of events.
That's so neat right there because when you look right here, you see the coal thing right there. Like a coal in between that square, the yellow square. I'm talking guys on the
window.
square on the left, the yellow square on the left. On the right
Window.
side of that window, you see a purple rectangle, and watch what happens.
Right above the 8.
And right when that moves, your hand, they go. I mean, that's good.
Right here, you can see the head. Let me get it on to where you see, because you see everything. Right here. Right there. You can make a faint head on top, the body, the arm. So it's all there. The whole top half is there. And then it goes. All right. And you got to understand the chain of events that led up to that. The very beginning when we watched and the thing laughed when we did the EVP. Then I turn around, there's a handprint. Then Ron comes along. We do that little investigation, talking back and forth. Then Ron and I both get ice cold goosebumps. We both have that at the same time. Then the FLIR camera picks up the apparition in the window that almost gave me a heart attack. So it was a whole chain of events.
That's why it's cool to know people that going out and doing these investigations, because then you got a video like this. It's hard for me to know if this CGI, this is fake. This is apparently this video is a ghost dog playing with the ghost. Let me show you guys. Right there. You see the dog chasing that white ghost on the side.
I think somebody sold us a bag of tricks there. I think that's just a white dog.
No, I think, you know what I seen this? I think that's a dog, a white dog, because you'll see when you watch.
You see the eyes.
Goes on the sidewalk, you see a shadow of him and everything. That's a white dog.
His eyes lighting up.
Yeah.
I think that's an actual dog.
I just think because of his color, the artifact from the camera makes it look like that.
And why I bring this up, guys, because when I found this video on YouTube, there was no information.
The homes were empty.
There was no information on where this was at, what area, nothing. They just titled it.
Sure, because they want to get a million views. They want to get a million views. That's why.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm doing it. It's hard, So this one, I could say with absolute certainty that this is probably 10% real. The rest, I don't think it is real, because they're not giving me no additional information for me to say, hey, this could be the real deal. Anthony them gave me the name of the place. They gave me the time. They told me how they got in there. And they had they're the only group that's investigating that night. They told me a lot.
You can go there, Eric. You can go there with a group too, if you want. They do take out. There is a paranormal investigator, Vinny, that's there that will take you out in a group at historic Richmond Town to that place. The thing was, Ron and I we wanted to do it ourselves. You know, we didn't want to go out with a group of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Here's another video of a ghost walking upstairs.
It's more like floating upstairs.
Yeah.
That's, you know what?
Like,
Since I have not information on this, I'm saying this is fake. And the reason I say it because I've seen people's footages of ghosts walking up the stairs. And a lot of the footage that I've seen that I feel they're more real is they're actually walking kind of like up the stairs. This one's walking, then it starts float away like.
And by the way, that motion detection frame
to be fake
is an effect in most video editors. So that's like a lot of people try to use that with a timestamp to make it look like it's the motion camera picked it up, and it wasn't.
Oh,
That's so easy to do.
X1's in the house. What's up, Nick? My boy right there.
And again, this video gives me no information. Now, I'm not here saying that's not the real deal because maybe it is.
And I want to know, see right where the see where the green box is right now? To the right of it, is that one of the big round mirrors there?
That's what I thought it was.
And it's making like the, what do they call that ghost illusion? Pepper's ghost illusion?
Pepper's ghost?
Yeah, they do some kind of reflection or something off that mirror hanging there.
We're going to do that this weekend, by the way.
What?
I talked to Cammy and I said, because he knows like he has the stuff to do it. So we're going to demonstrate a Pepper's ghost.
Show everybody what it looks like. All right, awesome.
Now, let me show you guys a video, the UFO video from Anthony. And now UFOs are probably even a little bit even more difficult to try to find out exactly what it is. You know, not saying it's not an unidentified object, like what is it?
Can I ask one question before you play that? Since a good friend here and one of the best UFO researchers that I personally know out in the field, Nick Williams, is here, I have his video on my channel. If you want to speed it up and play it to the encounter with the flashlight and the UFO start responding. Yeah, if we have time, maybe we could play it. But well, you got to go to my channel, but you could play mine real quick because it's only like 10 seconds long. It's just an orb, and then that orb vanishes before it hits the water. Gone.
I gotta do it again. I was looking for your channel. Like you said, this one's only 10 seconds. So fast.
Yeah. I never caught anything like this before. This is amazing. I thought this came out of nowhere and just vanished. But
I mean, do we know? Do airplanes, for whatever reason, at night turn it off for?
That's no airplane, Eric.
Well, I'm just trying, like, I'm just opening up.
That's like 200 feet off the ground.
Anthony, what's the title of the video so I can give him the link?
Madon, it's in the actual videos. So you got to go to my videos. You're on my channel already?
Yeah.
Un momento.
And this is.
It's called Flashlight Contacts UFOs.
That's what I was looking at just now. Unbelievable.
Okay.
I got it.
This is one of my favorite.
Eric, I just posted in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's 8 minutes long, so you might want to fast forward.
Sure. Let me share the screen. You guys kind of know the time square or the timestamp to forward it to?
Yeah, go. I'll tell you when to stop. Stop right about now. And you got to put the volume on.
Oh.
Get my other camera.
Oh, okay. I know this one.
Can you open the video up? Or that's as big as we got it?
Oh, no. My bad.
That's good right there.
Holy shit, dude. All right. We're getting the other camera.
This is one of
Hold on one second.
Night vision psionic sightings I've ever seen.
Try and place this.
So this is by Nick Williams
here.
One.
All right.
My favorite.
All right, I'm going to set that down.
So now that big object just lit up on the ground back there. Level 1. You got the 2 in the sky. Then those 2 on the bottom disappeared. I mean, this clip is crazy.
Why? Every time I look at the UFO,
Oh, he said we got to rewind it a little bit, Eric.
Dude,
Rewind it a little
someone's
bit
dead.
slow. I think we missed the flashlight.
okay, because these don't move.
Just keep. I'm trying to watch on your thing. You got to rewind it.
Oh, right over. Okay.
I'll tell you when. Keep going. I'll tell you when. I guess go from there.
My other
You do it on
camera.
my video so we know, because I can't do it on yours.
All right. Holy shit, dude. All right. We're getting the other camera. Hold on 1 second. Holy shit. All right. Fuck. All right, we're going to try and place this thingamabobber here. All right. All right, I'm going to set that down.
Eric, just go back to the beginning. Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is. We're just gonna have to watch it till it does it. Sorry about that. I don't want you to miss it.
Hard to get this thing to focus.
Because he's gonna hit these UFOs with his flashlight, and they're gonna respond to him.
So not prepared for this.
You have to never really be fully prepared.
And this is in Sentinel, Arizona, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Hold on. I'm trying to focus more. Okay. All right. Whoa, look at those guys. What in the fuck? Oh my God.
Watch this, Eric.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, the third one.
Oh my God.
Watch. It happens again. Watch
Dude, you
this.
gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my God. Dude,
Is that not great?
I need to get my other camera.
Hold on. What's interesting is when you first do the flashlight,
Mm-hmm.
it was on the right side.
Yep.
And then next time it's on the left side.
Yep.
Watch. Let's do it.
Holy shit.
Here, we go back one more second. Watch, everybody. When he first flashes it, it's on the right side of the 2 dots. And then when he flashes it again, then it's all on the left side without you seeing it move.
And there's also an object on the ground.
On the ground, yeah.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Well,
Holy shit,
left
dude.
side, it's on the right side.
Oh my
Nuts,
God.
It does it again on the opposite side.
Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Now it's gone. Looks like it disappears. Oh, boom, right down the
Oh
left.
my God.
It went from one side to the other, and
Dude. I need to get my other camera.
that's crazy.
It is crazy because at one moment it's bright, then it dims. Bright. I mean, what if you're trying to say a plane? No plane's gonna turn on this full brightness, then turn it off, then turn it on, turn it off.
I'm gonna drop the link to the video if anybody wants to watch the full video on my channel. I'll put it in the chat right now.
Now I got one more video I'm going to show. Now
Thanks,
this is from UFOs, but what's interesting about this video is not what it does is it reminds Anthony of one of his UFO encounters. Here we go. So this is witness description: light in the sky, pointing straight down. Saw this in my backyard.
So weird.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, this is a good one.
That one's kind of doing the same thing.
Ron, you remember my encounter over the ocean when it was orange?
Yeah.
We were saying maybe it was a rocket or whatever.
Yes.
Look how it's going up, and it looks like the rocket here too, and it's dropping the little orbs out of the tail of it, just like what I filmed.
Look, there's something
Yeah.
dragging.
Yeah,
Like
it-
something's splitting, yeah. This is kind of weird.
Very similar.
At first I thought
Smaller,
it was two
but
planes
similar.
on top
And
of
a
one
kid's
It could be like a
screaming
satellite
in the background.
What the hell would do that?
another.
Yeah, see, there's two things.
It
Yeah.
means that.
There's
But they look like they're going upwards.
Yeah, and there's two orbs
There's a
below
weather
it.
balloon, maybe.
But in the beginning, I think it was going left, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Watch.
At first, I thought it was like one of those SpaceX rocket boosters doing the thrusters, like when it's coming down.
See, it's going left, like thruster, but it's not going up
That one's
yet.
kind of doing the same thing.
Because why would thrusters be going sideways,
Yeah, but that
then to go up?
Yeah, no, that thing's all over the place.
Yeah.
What is that?
Now it corrects whatever it is.
Whatever it was.
Wait,
see,
was
it's
that a
leaving
second
something
one?
behind.
There's two orbs underneath it.
No. I mean, when you move the
Yeah.
camera, is this a second one of these?
Split,
Was
yeah.
there another one? Or there's only one in the
All
whole
the
video.
same one.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. It looks like there is two. Because watch, you got this one. You
Yeah.
have to go straight up. Let's see. Let's see what Ron's talking about. 'Cause you see this
Yeah.
one. But then he moves the camera.
That one's kind of doing the same thing.
Watch.
Yeah, but that plane did. Oh, see, it's doing it again.
Yeah.
See, he moves up.
Ah,
Now it's this one.
two of
That's
them.
what.
Yeah, it is separate.
Whatever
But
it was, see, it's leaving something behind.
the one's
And
going
there's two-
left.
That.
I
One's
thought
going
you were
up.
talking about the two dots underneath it. That's what I'm saying. No, that's all the
Split,
same
yeah.
thing.
So there's a total of
Weird.
3 objects.
Is there information where this was taken when?
This one actually did. I gotta find it back in the original
Could be
video.
like a
I
satellite.
cut it out so I can show it.
Well, it's on the only real UFOs channel. It's
two
got to be
things.
in the more section, the
Whatever
description
that
section.
is,
Yeah, he has. Only real
Like a weather
UFO
balloon,
puts a
maybe.
lot of good information on every.
I want to
footage
know
he
what
puts
those
out.
two orbs are tailing it.
Two. Look, and that one's still
Because
there.
you're right. Because if you think of it, if it's a rocket, there's going to be nothing beneath it following it, because it'll be destroyed by flame. It'll be just.
That's a good video. Does he do it where it shows you in different color spectrum? He changes the aperture, color aperture in the video like that. Yeah. So that's the first one he sees.
Or it could be a big fly that just had Taco Bell.
And there's that one.
And there's that
You
black.
can clearly
dot.
see the two dots underneath it too.
There's 2 of them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, it's 2.
See?
dots.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And that was a rocket. There's going to be no 2 things following it.
Well,
And
I don't
probably
think it's
the-
a rocket because it's so small.
Yeah. Ooh, Amber's Paraworld's got a Dogman video premiering tonight.
Ah, that should be interesting.
I'll probably be at the movie theater, but I'll watch it when I
I'm
get home.
dying to catch one of them dog men on video and see what they look like.
Wow, and look at those 2 dots. Just
That's wild, man. I like it a lot.
yeah, and like I said,
Strange.
the guy's channel, he does have information. It's not like information
No, just some like.
but just kind of where it's at. So this kind of video like this one, I feel closer to say this is a real unidentified flying object versus the ghost walking up the stairs or the ghost dog.
Well, keep in mind when you say unidentified flying object, we're not saying that they're aliens, little
No.
green men. We're just saying that it's
They're not
an
planes.
unidentified
planes or
flying
drones.
object. Yeah, right.
We don't know what they are. And
Right.
first of all, they're not kites. Kites don't go up that fast. You know,
They don't leave a contrail either.
No, they're weather balloons.
I don't think that's a weather balloon. I've seen tons of those.
But they're 3 weather balloons.
Only
Actually, before one going
The
left.
only thing that did pass through my mind, like if it's, let's just say it was some tech or something, if they were testing, you know, like are those kind of flare things they throw out to distract something from the main cargo? You know what I'm saying? You know, when we have like
Yeah.
and we'll throw out certain flares to keep heat-seeking missiles away from us.
Right.
I'm just saying, like just like you said before, the process of elimination. To try to think, because it's definitely not rocket boosters. Not doing that with the 2 things.
Now,
You know, so that's strange.
Before we go, I gotta ask Anthony: is this just an extra show you're doing tonight?
No, that's when we go to Stephen Cambion's. That's not tonight.
November
Andy screwed the time up.
November 18th.
Yeah, Andy messed the time up. I got to fix it.
Okay.
No, not till tomorrow when me and Ron leave.
That's tomorrow. Okay, just letting you know, everybody thinks it's live.
Maybe that should be fixed today because people are going to go at 6 o'clock thinking it's today.
I just noticed it this second when he showed me. It was supposed to be set for tomorrow.
That's exactly what I was showing. I'm like, are we getting an extra show?
I said that to you last week. I told you it was the 18th.
Okay.
Don't you guys love
Jesus?
Don't you guys love New Yorkers? I love New
now.
Yorkers. I love the way they talk to each other.
Just knock you out, man. You're talking about what? Decoy flares, Ron?
About that, yeah. I guess.
Let me ask you guys this. Okay, so technically, you got one
Anthony,
coming up on Sunday, as usual, with Andy, showing encounters with shadow people. So but the one on the left, Expedition Unknown, you're saying that's going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, on our way up to Stephen Cambion's up in PA, Truth Seekers. Me, Ron, and Truth Seekers. We're going to the cabin for the weekend. We're doing.
I know you guys are going up there.
Yeah, we're doing the Bigfoot investigation and the UFO investigation at night.
And that's what's awesome. Now, guys, if you guys in the chat, this is what you do. You go to Identify as for a channel. You see that button where it says Notify Me? You click on it. And guess what? When Anthony changes his time or whatever, and you're going to get a notification when it actually does come on. See how easy that is, people? And believe it or not, by clicking that notification, you actually are helping him because it's telling YouTube that people are looking forward to this video. I wanted to show you guys that.
So everybody in the chat right now, go to my channel and everybody hit the notification and hit the thumbs up while you're there and leave a comment while you're there.
And that's why I told Ron last week.
Go right now and do that.
So I told Ron last week he needed to add upcoming live streams on his front screen so people can see what's coming up and it's easier for them to click on to notify. Otherwise, if you don't have it upcoming on your front screen, it's hard to find the video.
I don't get it.
I also just dropped the link for Amber's premiere at 9 p.m. tonight.
Awesome.
I'm going to drop the one now for Anthony. Which one am I dropping?
Drop them both.
Like they're hot?
Like it's hot.
Well,
you tell everybody. I don't know, man. I don't know what's you tell everybody to do us a favor and do these things. They never do it. I don't know. It's like wasted breath.
I don't know.
Before we go,
a lot of work.
What is this one tomorrow kind of about? I mean, what is there a meeting behind this one, or is this like open mic with you guys at Truth Seeker?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna just be out under the stars filming.
That's awesome. And then Sunday, chilling encounters with shadow people. That's gonna kick ass.
I'll be home for that.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my own encounters with shadow.
Look at how I put the link. This is for tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow.
I'm glad I spot that. I'm like, damn, Anthony's having me showing.
Yeah, thank God you spotted that because I told Andy a week ago to fix it. I guess he didn't get around to it.
I'll tell you what, too. Tonight, like I told you, because tomorrow my 3 p.m. show is because I'll be on the road with Anthony.
We may even go live from the car right up.
Yeah, we'll probably do that, but I'm going to do something today, like a weekend warm-up at 7 p.m. Depending on how long it goes or whatever, no matter what, I'll still push it towards Amber's like that because I'm curious. I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see what she's got going on too.
This is
She has
Constant
an
Neighbor.
interesting channel, Amber's Power World.
I gotta tell you, can you trust a guy looking like that? Look at that.
Nah,
Doesn't he look mean?
it's like Jeffrey Dahmer.
And look at that! Look at that man in a.
Now that is a great thumbnail right there.
That is because it fits in so perfectly.
Perfect.
And then when we get back, no sleeping for me because I'm gonna stream the thing early in the morning on Monday. That's the flyby of Artemis.
I seen that today. The Artemis, the moon flyby.
No, it's not even there yet. That was probably animation or something like that.
I don't know, man. It's live right now.
And everybody in the chat, watch how easy this is. Bam, bam, easy. Notifications on. Like
Thank
that.
you, sir.
But beyond that, guys, it's a Friday. I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I hopefully.
Wait, that's wrong. You see, even mine's wrong.
What?
Did that just say 4 p.m. today? No, that's 7 p.m.
What are you talking about?
4 p.m.
is
today. YouTube is screwing these things up, man.
7 o'clock is East Coast time.
Hey, look, hold on a minute. Ron, look.
Time.
They're live over the moon right now, buddy.
This is 4 o'clock my time. I'm Pacific time, so it's giving it in my time. It's live in 4 hours. Are you live in 4 hours?
At 7 o'clock. Oh, so that's what it's doing. I'm looking at California time.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, you're looking at
my phone run.
I told you the West.
Yeah,
is the best.
hold on 1 second, Anthony. But you're saying what is that? Is that NASA's channel live right now?
Oh, this is another channel streaming NASA's channel, and they're flying the Artemis, doing the flyby over the moon. Artemis 1 moon
Can
flyby.
you tell me what the channel name is?
Outer Space.
Outer Space.
Live
What
from
movie is
NASA,
this again?
Artemis 1 moon flyby.
Amber,
Directly from surface of exclusive scenes.
Amber, I'm watching the menu tonight. I'm watching the menu. Watching these people to get to go to this fancy restaurant on this island,
share it
and
with you.
weird things happen. But beyond that, I want to thank everybody from the chat for being here today. I appreciate it. And I appreciate. Hopefully, you guys learn on questions you should ask during when you're seeing videos. And if you got the opportunity to talk to people like Anthony, who's Ron, who will respond to you, who will give you answers, they'll answer any question you want. If you feel something's not real or not, they will tell you why you should think this way or that way, or why they have the evidence they think one way. They will honestly answer you back. So hopefully you guys learned something today. And beyond that, man, I'll see you guys maybe tonight on Ron's channel. If I'm not at the movies.
Just so you know, that's not live of the moon. They're telling you that those are frames they have on. It's still like 100,000 miles away because the way they're going around. It's gonna start doing the flybys Monday morning.
So what are they saying that it's live over the moon then?
Because they're lying.
Assholes.
They're lying. That's why.
I got to
They're
tell you,
getting views. That's why they have the stream of it and they're playing the animations and all that.
Gotcha.
next time you guys are on a Paranormal Highway road, bring a pair of New Yorkers. You will be entertained for the whole freaking show.